So I realized recently that it's been about a year since I started my quest to remake all of my Microsoft Plus videos. So far we've done Microsoft Plus 95, 98, and XP, but today we're going to be completing the quadrilogy, if that's even a word, with Microsoft Plus Digital Media Edition. Sponsored by Akamai Connected Cloud. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So just as a refresher, since it has been a little while since we've talked about this line of software, Microsoft Plus was a series of companion packages for Windows, first released by Microsoft in, well, 1995 for use with Windows 95. But they released a handful of these packages as the years went on, and many of the enhancements introduced in these various Microsoft Plus releases would eventually become standard features in later releases of Windows. And Plus Digital Media Edition was the last release of this line of software. Well, unless you count the Plus Super Pack, which did come out after this, but all that did was it combined Microsoft Plus XP and Plus Digital Media Edition into a single package that you could buy. It didn't introduce any new features. Because yes, both of these pieces of software were meant for use with Windows XP, with Plus Digital Media Edition having more of a specific focus on, well, digital media enhancement. So it included things like a CD label maker, an audio converter, some movie maker effects and transitions, some Windows Media Player enhancements. This is also where the Plus Dancer makes its debut, which we've talked about on this channel before. And as you can see, this particular copy I've got here is still sealed. It's never been opened before, so we're going to change that momentarily here. You could have picked this up back in the early 2000s for around $20, though apparently you could have gotten $10 off if you purchased a Windows Mobile 2003 Pocket PC. The reason for that, I suspect, is there was a piece of software called Sync and Go that was included on here. Let's see if it makes mention of that on the back here. Yeah, right here, Sync and Go for Pocket PC. So this allowed you to transfer audio and video content from Windows Media Player on your PC and from the web to your Pocket PC. So that's why they kind of enticed you with this offer here. But yeah, it goes into some detail about some of the features on the back, and well, that's pretty much the box. Let's go ahead and open this thing up for the first time in over 2 decades, I believe. So we'll go ahead and break the seal there, and there we go. I am going to try to keep this sticker intact here, so we'll just kind of pull it from there and just take it off like that. Now, I do already have a physical copy of Plus Digital Media Edition. In fact, it's what I showcased in my original video, but it was only the CD case here. So I wanted to get the original box to see, you know, what else came with it. But it looks like this is all that came with it. So they could have just probably sold this instead of putting it in a box here, because there's literally nothing else in there. But I guess they wanted to kind of keep the theme of, you know, boxed software like they did with the previous releases. Whatever. But anyway, so here's what we saw in the original video back years ago, back in 2014, 2015, whenever I made that video. Though apparently, okay, we do have some stuff at least that we didn't have in that copy. We've got, you could have gotten free after a mail-in rebate, Logitech Z640 speakers. I'm assuming it's talking about the speakers. It makes it sound like you could have gotten Plus Digital Media Edition with the purchase of these, but I assume it means that, like, you could have gotten these speakers free when you purchased Plus Digital Media Edition. Oh no! Oh, you have to purchase. Oh, I see. You had to purchase the speakers and Plus Digital Media Edition to receive back by mail the purchase price of Plus Digital Media Edition. Okay, so if you bought these speakers, you could have gotten reimbursed for what you paid for Plus Digital Media Edition. Okay. You can see this offer expired August 31st, 2003, if my camera will focus in there. So yeah, definitely long expired by now, but so that's kind of cool. If you wanted to get some speakers and you had purchased Plus Digital Media Edition, well, you could have gotten a little bit of a deal there. And here is the, I believe, and it's not really an instruction manual, it's like 2 pages. Yeah, it looks like it just goes into some detail about the various things that you could have done with this piece of software, so it's not really an instruction manual at all. Though I guess, I mean, it does tell you down here at the bottom, it says, getting started, this is how you install it, put it into your drive and follow the instructions on the screen. And of course we have the CD itself. So, we're going to go ahead and swap over to my XP computer, and we'll get this thing installed. Alright, so our computer of choice today is of course the Dell Latitude D610, and I actually have Microsoft Plus for XP installed on here. So we are going to kind of do a comparison of these two versions because Plus XP actually has a digital media category with a bunch of stuff. In fact, two of these things, the CD label maker and the audio converter, are also on Plus Digital Media Edition. So we're going to see how those compare. But I don't expect them to be like that different, to be honest with you, but we'll see. So we're going to pop in our Plus Digital Media Edition installation disk. And the interesting thing about this version, I have mentioned this multiple times on this channel, is that this actually utilizes Microsoft product activation, meaning that we have to go through the lovely phone activation system to actually use this thing, which I have done also numerous times on this channel, so I'm not going to have you guys sit through that process again because it is rather boring. And here's the list of stuff. So we do have a decent amount of things that that come with this. We've got an alarm clock, audio recorder, audio converter, CD label maker, the dancer, of course, effects and transitions for Movie Maker, party mode for Windows Media Player, photo story, skins for Windows Media Player. We got some of those with Plus XP as well, sleep timer, and sync and go. So we will we'll go through all of this once it installs. And here we go. We got to activate it. And just to show you, oh, can we start the tour without going through activation? Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I did this in the original video. Did I? But all right, we got some rad music. Oh yeah, check this out. Holy. This is kind of vaguely coming back to me. I believe I did briefly go through this in the original video, but it just gives you some little snippets of information about each of these products or each of these programs rather. So again, we will go through all this stuff momentarily here and do our own little tour. But yeah, what's interesting too is so Plus XP would just put this application, this launcher application, in the Start Menu Programs folder. So you have to go into here to launch everything. Plus Digital Media Edition brings it back to like the way it was prior to Plus XP, where you just had a folder with all the applications in it. At least all the ones that can be accessed from an application. Things like Windows Media Player skins. You're going to have to do that through Windows Media Player. But I believe if we launch like Plus Alarm Clock, it'll come up with the activation thing, so we do have to go through this. So let me quickly, well, not quickly, this will take a while, activate this product. So it brings up this little welcome page that tells you like what you can do with it. Basically, you can set an alarm that will wake you up, or not even just wake you up, you can just use the alarm for anything, obviously, with stuff from Windows Media Player. So I've got a bunch of demo files in here. We've got some songs, and we also have some images for use with the Windows Movie Maker stuff and the photo story program. So we're just going to make an alarm. All right, so I had to add artist information to all the songs in Media Player because it looked like that you had to select a song by an artist, album, genre, or something in a playlist, which none of that was like assigned anything. So they were just like audio files with file names in there. But what you could also do is go to other options down here, and you could just have it play a music CD in Drive D if you had like an audio disc in your CD drive. You could also have it just play a random piece of music from your media library, or you could manually select an audio file from here. We're going to select any piece of music from my media library and just have it pick one of those at random. Let me go back and set the time here to, let's open up the clock. We are about to, can I do this in time? Let's see, 1:43, finish, and we'll close out of this. It will go to the system tray, and there it is. So it plays a lovely track by Stevia Spear that I've used in my videos. But yeah, when you have the window closed, it will go to the system tray, and when you hover down here, it will let you know when the next alarm is. And since I snoozed that, it sets it to 1:50 a.m. And we could just, go here and turn off the alarm. And yes, we'll turn it off. So now it will just say no alarm set. So you could add a bunch of different alarms for a bunch of different things. So yeah, that's the alarm clock. Moving on, we're going to take a look at the analog recorder, which is a pretty straightforward application, much like the alarm clock, much like a lot of the stuff in here, to be honest with you. That just lets you, capture audio from an analog source. Like if you had a cassette player or a record player or a microphone, you could just wire up that device to your sound card. We just got this plugged into the built-in microphone in jack on the laptop here. And we just select that input channel, select the proper sound device, and then you hit start here to have it adjust the recording level, because you don't want this peaking, obviously. Like if I put this microphone really close to my face where it's like peaking all the time, it's gonna move that slider way down to the bottom. But I'm gonna have it about like here. I know you can't see this, but I'm just moving it a little bit away from my face, and that's probably pretty good. So we'll have it set at that, and we'll just hit next, and we'll record. And now it will record. So I'm just gonna talk for a little bit here. Hey, this is Plus Analog Recorder. Isn't this the most amazing program you've ever used? Oh my gosh, it's so great. Okay, we'll stop that. And this is where you can modify the number of tracks and just adjust them. Like if the program, you know, detected a track starting where one actually doesn't start, you could just combine two of them. Or we could be really obnoxious and take this 11-second recording and split it up into, you know, let's maybe move this to 4 seconds. There's track number 1. Track 2 will be 6 seconds. Or actually, no. Track 2 will be 2 seconds. Track 3 will be 4 seconds. You've got some filters you can apply. You can reduce pops and hiss. We can play the first track here. Record. And now it will record. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit. And here's the middle. Here. Hey, this is Plus Analog Recorder. Isn't this the most amazing program you've ever used? Oh my gosh, it's so great. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is the best program I've ever used. Yeah, so there you go. You can add copy protection, which is actually rather funny. And we'll save it to My Music. We'll definitely add that DRM to this, and add tracks to Windows Media Player. Let's make a new playlist and call this My Awesome Song, because this is totally a song, right? Because songs are just audio files at the end of the day. And it's powered by cool edit technology. But yeah, there, it's all finished, so we'll close out of that. Now if we go into Media Player here and go to Media Library, we should have, yeah, there's start, middle, and end. And under playlist, yeah, My Awesome Song. That's a great name for a playlist, isn't it? My Awesome Song, because, you know, a playlist would totally only have one song in it. Not this one. It technically has 3. That's definitely a 5-star. And speaking of 5-star, that's just the kind of service that today's video sponsor, Akamai Connected Cloud, hopes to offer you. Their affordable Linux-based virtual machines help developers with all of their cloud computing needs. Regardless of how big or how small your project is, Akamai's worldwide network of data centers provide the infrastructure you'll need to scale and deploy it, with enterprise-level capabilities like load balancers, object storage, and Kubernetes. Plus, their predictable, no lock-in pricing means that you can choose a plan that meets your needs now and can easily change to a different one in the future if necessary. And they'd love to have you try them out, so if you sign up for a new account by clicking my link below, you'll receive a 60-day $100 credit to give them a test drive for completely free. So whatever your hosting needs are, go ahead and check them out, and huge thanks again to Akamai Connected Cloud for making this episode possible and for helping to support the channel throughout 2023. But yeah, so that is the audio recorder. Next up is the audio converter, and this is one of the programs that we also had in Plus XP. So I do want to go back here and just kind of compare those two. Yeah, MP3 audio converter. So this would let you convert MP3 files to Windows Media Player audio files. Okay, but it didn't just support MP3s. You could select like a WAV file. We'll select this one here, why not? And we'll hit next and just do all that. Sure, start conversion. And yeah, so it would convert WAV files to WMAs as well. So in the Digital Media Edition version, we got that same thing, convert a folder or a specific audio file. We'll just choose a specific audio file, and we'll select, yeah, I think it's like the exact same supported formats, because if we go back here, you've got MP3, WAV, and WMA, MP3, WAV, WMA. So it's the same amount of supported file types. Oh yeah, Windows Media Audio is also the only output file format. So you couldn't like convert something to an MP3 or to a WAV file. But yeah, so we could select like best quality, 320 kilobits per second. I think you can also select like convert specific audio file, that. Yeah, you can select the bitrate manually, though you can't go up to 320 kilobits per second. Okay, so that's, so you could get some better audio quality from this converter program. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Plus audio converter. Next up is the CD label maker. This one I'm rather interested in seeing, how this compares, because we also had a CD label maker in the Plus XP pack as well. We do have to add a printer. I'm just going to select a random printer here because we're not actually going to print anything. Well, right off the bat, they seem like they're going to be pretty similar because, obviously the design of the Plus Digital Media Edition version is different, but we have the same 4-step process at the beginning. Choose your playlist or CD, choose your CD or playlist. Oh, okay, so Microsoft changed it up a little bit. I guess they didn't want to plagiarize off of themselves here. So basically the way this works is this doesn't actually make an audio CD. It makes a label for like an audio CD jewel case or even to put on the CD itself. So the first thing you do is select a playlist. So we have that same thing here. We'll choose our same awesome song playlist that we just created. Then we choose the actual label. So why don't we select, Avery CD booklet, why not? So we'll just select that one there, and yeah, make sure it's the same one over here. Yeah, we got the same sample art too, so we design it, add a title. Yeah, this is looking like really identical so far. So let's just pick an image here. We'll go to desktop demo. Let's see, what do we got in here? Bliss 2021, why not? We'll, oh my gosh, that, well, first of all, it has it in the wrong orientation, and it looks pretty bad in terms of like how it would print out. And we'll just pick a random one here. I've got this Gordon Freeman, Half-Life 1 artwork. Yeah, we're gonna tile that. Let's do that. Oh, it just has it in that orientation when you're printing it out because that's the way the label is set up. You would actually cut it out and then rotate it to the right orientation to put into the CD jewel case. So okay, that makes sense. And then you also get the option to add a title, have a track list show up, add a footer to the front and the back. And obviously, if you did like a CD label, you could go and just have it. Actually, it doesn't even give you the option for the song list on here because normally you wouldn't do that. So you can just add a title and a footer. This one here has a left and right spine, so you can add a title to that, change the background if you want to, add a different image, of course, all that stuff. So again, same thing here. You would modify the image and all that, and then you hit print. That's basically what it is. So it is like the exact same program, I think. So yeah, that's definitely disappointing, but at the same time, I wasn't really expecting it to be that different. So I mean, I guess it's nice that they included this with Plus Digital Media Edition for those people who didn't buy Plus XP because it was in the digital media category here within Plus XP. But at the same time, they didn't include a lot of other things. Like we don't have the personal DJ and we don't have the voice command for Windows Media Player. So it's odd, like they included some stuff, but not other things. I mean, obviously they're like updated versions of the programs. They're not like exactly the same programs, but in terms of functionality, they basically are. Next up in the list is the Plus Dancer, which is easily my favorite program out of this pack just because of how like absurd that it is. This is one of those desktop dancer programs that just sits on your desktop and dances around either at all times or while music is playing. There is that option in here. I did a whole video on Plus Dancer back like in 2020. It was just kind of an offshoot thing that I wanted to do because I found this program so just bizarre and yet fascinating at the same time. But yeah, here it is again, making like its 5th appearance on this channel, it seems like. You've got a bunch of different dancers to choose from, and all of these are real people. Like they were filmed dancing in front of a green screen at a studio. You can move around on your desktop and do whatever. And just like in the original Plus Digital Media Edition video, we're going to have the Plus Dancer just running in the background for the rest of this video because that just seems like the right thing to do. In terms of options, you can change the visibility. You can also change the dancer from here. They only have the small ones in here. There were more available. You could download more from this link here. And they had some that were larger versions of these same people. They also had some animated, computer-generated ones too. You can also have it select the dancer based on what music genre is playing. You can also just have it randomly select a dancer. It's just really, it's kind of a pointless program. It doesn't actually do anything other than just providing you entertainment, I guess. I mean, I don't know how entertaining it is just to stare at like a small person dancing on your desktop, but there it is. That's literally all I can say about the Plus Dancer. Next up, we've got Party Mode for Windows Media Player. This is actually kind of cool. It basically brings Windows Media Player into full screen, and it kind of makes it like a party jukebox of sorts. So what you do is you can choose your different skin here. We'll just go with Party Mode. and you can actually have it block access to desktop and other programs while it's running. So that way you could kind of like have the computer in like a centralized area where people, could be around it, and you don't have to like be watching, like to see if anybody tries to get out of the program or go to your desktop. It will just go back to the login screen. So it's a nice like privacy feature. And you can add a marquee. So we can say, I don't know, hello world, this is awesome. I feel like I type the same sample message in every video. So we'll do that. You can have guests add comments to the marquee. You hit play. And then it just like starts going through your, it just starts going through your Windows Media library. It looks like the whole program kind of froze up there. But there it is. This is where you can speak your mind and say, like, I don't know, you suck, and you can add that to the marquee that then goes around. So it is going at all times, even when the music is stopped. But that is very funny. So you can just literally add, like, whatever you want, and it just adds it to the, it just adds it to the marquee of stuff going across. So can we, like, copy? Oh, we can. So we can, like, make like an obnoxiously long message here. I just have to break everything. I mean, just do stuff that like is so obnoxious in all these videos. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. You've got your playlists over here. You can change your visualizations, I believe, by clicking this here. Yeah, so you can do that. It's sort of weird in the sense that like it takes Windows Media Player and just chops it up, and then just brings all the elements into just different areas on the screen. Although these other ones might change it up a little bit. Let's see. Let's go to Crystal Clockwork. Why not? Oh no, this one is far more graphical. I mean, you've got the play controls over here. Yeah, the C controls. Yeah, so these are like, different Windows Media Player skins, just full screen. So the one we took a look at was like the most boring one. I think this will give us, okay, that's the control for the visualizations. This here is, yeah, this looks like 10 times better, 20 times better even. But yeah, that's, so this is one of the skins here. Actually, where does the marquee go? Let's see, I'm kind of curious. Here, there it is. So there's the marquee. It keeps the same comments and everything from the last session. That's interesting. And you can add one here. Yeah, this is like, this is miles better. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing they even included this basic one here, because it's just kind of lame. Oh, okay, so it just, yeah, so when you make a comment, it just adds it to the marquee here. So we can just get rid of all that and kind of set it back to the way it was at the beginning of the first party session. But yeah, here's the butterfly skin, also miles better than just the basic one. So you've got a couple options in here. I guess we'll just go through all of these. So here's Darkling, Nature, Plasma, and Sunburst. So much like regular Windows Media Player skins, they do, I thought that was the X there. How do we get out of this? Oh, there it is. That's actually kind of confusing because this is like a plus button just rotated so it looks like an X. That's modifying the, playlist and everything. But yeah, much like regular Windows Media Player skins, the party mode ones just, they move the elements around, like the play controls and everything, and it just gives you a nice, different feel to the program. It makes it less boring, in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. Next up is Plus Photo Story. This is the second to last program aside from the tour in that list there, but it's not the second to last inclusion overall. It's sort of like Windows Movie Maker, but it kind of just walks you through the creation. It doesn't give you as much control. So what you do is just import photos. So we'll go to the desktop here and just bring in all these demo photos. And then there they are. So you can arrange them however you want, move them around. You can also like drag this one to the very end, move stuff around that way. Then you hit next and you can narrate over the photos. And, it's not on a timer or anything, so you can just advance as you narrate. So, hi, I'm Michael MJD, and this is an awesome story about these photos. This one right here is a photo I took when I went to California. It's the Bliss wallpaper. Did you recognize that? You probably did because this photo is so famous and widely seen. Yeah, let's go next here. So this is a promotional image for Half-Life 1. We got some vending machines there. Speaking of Half-Life 1, here's Gordon Freeman, the main character. This one's rather interesting. This is a screenshot of when I was recording my original video on Plus Digital Media Edition back in like 2015. You can even see Amanda on the desktop here. So that's cool. We'll hit next. Here's the Half-Life High Definition pack. You got Half-Life, Half-Life Opposing Force, and Half-Life Blue Shift. All great games you should play. Oh yeah, okay, this is the other thing. So when you hit next, it stops the recording from the previous photo and then it starts a new one. That way, if you mess up, you don't have to like restart from the beginning again. So you see here, as I've been going along, we got a 17-second recording, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 12 seconds, 7 seconds. So it probably cut off as I was starting to speak about this one. So I stopped the recording. We're gonna get rid of it and restart. So now this is the party mode wallpaper from Windows 3.0, or just called Party, I think. A lot of people ask about this. That's the name of the wallpaper. Check it out. I did the same thing. Now I start. Okay, this is a screenshot of my YouTube channel back in like 2015 when I had like under 10,000 subscribers, I think. I wish I could zoom in on this image and see what that is. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to like stop talking, press next, or just stop recording. You could do that too. In fact, why don't I do that here, get rid of all that, and start again. This is another photo from Half-Life 1. You can stop it and then advance and do it just like that. And then this is the chess wallpaper from Windows 3.0/3.1, another favorite of mine. So we'll hit stop and we'll preview story. Hi, I'm Michael MJD, and this is an awesome story about these photos. This one right here is a photo I took when I went to California. It's the Bliss wallpaper. Did you recognize that? You probably did, because this photo is so famous and widely seen. Yeah, next here. So this is I gotta love the audio cuts. Oh yeah, so by the way, it is adding transitions just like automatically and just randomly, but you can specify, like if you go to advanced here. Oh no, that's why I was doing that. It's because I was moving my mouse around. You saw that different cursor that I had while I was going through the photos. So it keeps track where your mouse is moving around and kind of tries to make a pan/zoom effect based off of that. You can also just manually select it yourself just by going through here. But let's go ahead and preview the story again. And we'll skip to that second image. Next here. So this is a promotional image for Half-Life 1. We got some vending machines. Speaking of Half-Life 1, here's Gordon Freeman, the main character. This is a screenshot. I just love the cuts. I was recording my original video on Plus Digital Media Edition back in like 2015. You can even see Amanda on the desktop here. So that's cool. We'll hit next. Oh yeah, Amanda's the name of this dancer, by the way. I probably should have said that. Half-Life High Definition pack. You got Half-Life, Half-Life Opposing Force, and Half-Life Blue Shift. Restart. So this is perfect. This is the party mode wallpaper from Windows 3.0, or just called Party, I think. A lot of people ask about this. That's the name of the wallpaper. Check it out. I did the same thing. Now I start. Okay, this is a screenshot of my YouTube channel back in like 2015 when I had like under 10,000 subscribers, I think. I wish I could zoom in on this image and see what that is. But again, this is another photo from Half-Life 1. And then this is the chess wallpaper from Windows 3.0/3.1, another favorite of mine. That is absolutely perfect. All right, so we're going to hit next here. And oh yeah, now we get to make a title. And we should get to add music too. That's the other thing. Oh, you know what? I could add Oh my god, okay. Like, you're not even going to be able to understand what I'm saying on either track, so I am just going to pick something else. And there we go. What were the advanced options, by the way? Oh, you could use a custom encoding profile and just specify, okay, that's useful. So, yeah, we created our story. We could view it in Windows Media Player if we want to. So while we're here in Windows Media Player, I figured we'd take a look at some of the features that you have to access from Media Player. So we'll begin with the skins. So because we have Plus XP installed, we do have all the Plus XP skins in here as well. So I think what I'm going to do really quickly here is just uninstall Microsoft Plus XP, just so we only have the Digital Media Edition skins. So I guess what I'll do is just go through all of these here pretty briefly, just like we did in the last video. So here's Bionic Dot, Hard Boiled, Hue Shifter, Mecha, Plasma Ball, Professional, Pulsar, and Slimline. So we'll just switch to, I don't know, out of all of these, I think I really liked, you know what, this Hard Boiled one, as funny as it looks, is actually kind of cool. So yeah, you got your play, pause controls. You know, again, just like I said with the plus party mode stuff, these skins do just reorganize how everything is arranged. It just gives each skin a nice bit of personality. So I've just got Bet on It selected here. This is the song that I use in my outro, so you guys will probably recognize it pretty well. But yeah, we can increase the volume, lower the volume, do whatever you want. This here, oh yeah, that's neat. So it pops out like that when you access your additional controls and stuff. So there's all music. There's the visualizations. And yeah, some of them, like the visualizations, if you really want to see those, you're really going to want to just view the thing in full screen, because like on this one here, you don't see it like really well at all. It's like it's barely there, especially on like a higher resolution display. If I had this monitor set to a higher resolution, it would be even smaller. You wouldn't be able to see it as prominently as you would in full screen. But that's kind of one of the just trade-offs of using a mini skin player like this. One more thing in Media Player, though, I did close out of it by mistake. If you go up to Tools here and Plugins, you see we've got access to like the alarm clock, audio converter, and CD label maker, and these just open up the same programs that you can access from the start menu. But there's also plus sleep timer, so you can put in however many minutes you want. So we'll say, I don't know, 1 minute. Why not? If I can actually select the why is my keyboard not working? Oh, I guess we can't enter in the number. You have to just use the arrow keys. Okay, because yeah, we can't like I can't hit backspace, I can't delete, and I can't enter in the number. So okay, you have to just use the buttons there. So yeah, you hit start timer. It will play the... Oh, I guess it'll crash. Okay. Yeah, as we all know, something has to go wrong at least once in every MJD video. We're going to start playing, and we'll start the timer. And so it comes up with this, oh, it's like counting down, so I guess this is what happens when it reaches a minute. You can just choose to turn it off or delay sleep by 1 minute. We'll just leave this up so we can see that countdown timer, and we'll just see what happens. And we're getting close here. So you can probably hear, right? The audio is fading out. That's all it does. And it doesn't wait until you get to 0. When you get to 0, it actually stops playing. So just fades the audio out like that, and now it's slept, quote unquote. Next up, we're going to jump into Windows Movie Maker to take a look at the added effects and transitions and all of that. So if we go to collections, video transitions, so we got a good amount of them. I do want to like change the, let's go to details here so we can actually just view. So yeah, you see you got a decent amount of them. You got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20... Okay, 25. Also have 25 visual effects. I just counted them. There was really no rhyme or reason to this, and honestly, some of these, like, I mean, I've not taken a look at all of them yet, but the previews that came up, some of them looked rather cool. Like, that was one of those Half-Life images. This is the chest wallpaper. This looks kind of just goofy here. And you can see all the different transitions. All of these are plus transitions and plus effects. That looks like, a close-up of some cells or something. I don't even know what that one was originally. There's Bliss. That's the fun thing. It's like trying to figure out what some of these images are. I mean, obviously this one I can tell is just that screenshot of my channel. Ooh, that's some fanciness going on. Here's the vending machines again, with some snow going on. Now that looks kind of cool, right? That is, I mean, that's some of, anyway, the effects and transitions for Windows Movie Maker, and yes, we are absolutely going to save that as, cool, because it's pretty cool. And all of this brings us to the final application, plus Sync and Go. But unfortunately, I cannot for the life of me get this stupid program to work. Well, it's not even really this program, it's more Microsoft ActiveSync, which is a requirement for this program to even open up. If you don't have it installed, it'll just error out and say you need to have ActiveSync installed. And I've installed like 5 different versions of ActiveSync, and I've tried to use 2 different Pocket PCs with it, and it just doesn't work no matter what I try. I'm honestly really stumped, which is rather annoying because I wanted to kind of show this off. This is a tool that allows you to sync up your Windows Media Library with your Pocket PC, or more specifically, the storage card in your Pocket PC. And I'll just show you what the tour has to say about it. So it says, taking your favorite music, news, and more with you on your Pocket PC just got easier. Select your favorite audio and video content from Microsoft Windows Media Player and from top content providers. That's right, you don't have to necessarily use Media Player. You could just reach out to the internet and download content from there. And Sync and Go does the work for you automatically. Enjoy your favorite music and news whenever and wherever you want. You can also have up to 5 additional cards linked with this program. So, if you want to have one card with your music content, one with your news, and then 4 for whatever else, you could do that. But yeah, that is everything that Microsoft Plus Digital Media Edition had to offer, or at least like 95% of it. To be entirely honest with you guys, in my opinion, I think this is the most underwhelming of the Microsoft Plus releases because, in its defense, it is not a traditional Microsoft Plus release. I mean, it is hyper-focused on digital media stuff. It's not like Plus 95, 98, or XP that are all just general programs and features and things for the operating system, which just means that the target audience for this product was going to be a lot more specific. I mean, if you were somebody who didn't use Windows Movie Maker or used iTunes instead of Windows Media Player for all of your music listening needs, or didn't have a Pocket PC, I mean, buying this didn't really make much sense, whereas you might have wanted to purchase Plus for XP because it contained things like games and themes and other visual enhancements for Windows XP as a whole. But at the same time, this pack does offer some stuff to kind of introduce somebody to the world of digital media and content creation, with things like the CD Label Maker, with the Photo Story program especially. These are very beginner-friendly programs. But then you have things like the Plus Dancer, which are just a complete gimmick in my opinion. Doesn't really have any actual usage. Plus Party Mode sorta does, but you could just like play songs through Windows Media Player, just like through a playlist and just make it full screen. Sync and Go is useful if you have a Pocket PC and if ActiveSync wants to work. And then you've got, again, the audio converter and the analog recorder both had like pretty much identical programs included with Plus for XP. And then that leaves the alarm clock, which is an alarm clock. So, I mean, that's useful if you want to use your computer as an alarm clock instead of using, an alarm clock. But, I mean, that is pretty much it for Plus Digital Media Edition. A very unique and somewhat odd release of Microsoft Plus. And again, it would be the last one. Microsoft discontinued the Plus line of products shortly afterwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And if you really enjoyed this video and want to get early access to my future episodes, I do have a Patreon down below that you can check out, or you could become a channel member. But either way, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.